Welcome to Salon Talk, Stylist to Stylist, where we get into some things. Hey, you guys, welcome back. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you are listening to today's podcast. So, I want to first start off by saying thank you guys so much for the love and support I have been getting on my podcast. I really, really appreciate that, you guys, because I always wanted to do something like this to give back to hairstylists and to get back to the hair industry and to help in any way that I can. So I wanted to carve out a moment to thank every single one of y'all. Thank you. So I want to get into today's topic, and the topic is my deepest regret as a hairstylist. When I was thinking about my regrets as a hairstylist, I did notice that most of them was mental and it reflected into my behavior and my belief system and the way I move forward as a hairstylist that gave me negative outcome. So by sharing this with you guys, I'm hoping that it helps at least one person or it's related to many and we all learn and grow from this. One of my deepest regrets as a hairstylist was wasting time being shy and not believing in myself. By being shy and not believing in myself, this held me back so much when it came to growing my business and being successful in my own right. So, me comparing myself constantly, daily to other stylists by going on social media, looking at my social media and seeing all these different stylists that are wonderful and great at what they do, and seeing their work and comparing myself didn't do anything but deflate my self esteem in this industry, and also me not believing in myself enough to promote myself on social media, to promote myself off of social media because I didn't have the belief in myself. So it made me more shy in spreading the word and spreading the news and what I overall wanted to do, which was always do hair. So that was my deepest regret. But now, child, you can't shut me up. And if I'm on social media, I'm going to promote my business. Before I log off my phone, I'm going to promote my business on somebody platform. My second deepest regret as a hairstylist was trying to be like every hairstylist out there and not being the hairstylist that's in me. So, by me saying that, I noticed back in 2010 when I wanted to open my business back up, lace fronts was the new wave. Lace fronts was what girls was requesting and lace fronts was what the stylist was giving. And I'm really not a lace front stylist. I don't actually particularly like lace fronts, no offense. And also, I felt like lace fronts was a big major factor in why a lot of women was losing their edges because of all the product, the buildup, and just the uneducation about lace fronts itself. I felt like it was removing people edges, and I didn't want to be part of that crowd. But I felt like due to the fact I wasn't doing lace fronts, and seems like to be the new wave of where everybody was going, I felt like I was minimizing my success in a major way because I didn't want to contribute to that. And to be honest, maybe I am. Maybe I'm losing out on a lot of money, but I never really went down that road to find out. And sometimes being ignorant is bliss. But now that I stopped comparing and complaining and just focus on me as a stylist and what type of hairstylist I want to be and how I want to show up in this industry, I now have tapped into my success in this industry. And also, I have gathered my type of clientele and the people that love my work. I truly believe in healthy hair, chemical and non chemical hair. So that's all I promote. And I love that for me. Okay, let's get into another regret. Not being consistent and showing up for myself. So, when you find yourself not believing in yourself, you will also find yourself not being consistent and not showing up for yourself. And that's what I was always doing. I was sabotaging myself by not being consistent on promoting myself, by not being consistent on learning how to build on my skills, by educating myself, by not being consistent, being in the salon, consistently doing hair over and over and over again. Because once you repeat something multiple times, that's how you master it. Not by lying to yourself, not by faking it till you make it. No, you have to get in there. You have to put in the work and you have to put in the time. It's no other way. Do not believe in shortcuts. Shortcuts doesn't exist. Is only one way you can become a great at something, and that is constantly doing it, constantly critiquing yourself, learning how to be better than the yesterday you. That's the only way you can become great at something. That's the only way you can master it. My fourth deepest regret is feeling like I always had to prove myself. Feeling like you always had to prove yourself would drive you crazy. Because to be honest, hair is an art and everybody have the right to like or dislike your art. And that's just life. So when I took that in and I learned to have that mindset, it took away all the weight of believing I had to prove myself to people and had to make people like me and had to make people see me and see my talent, and by me realizing that that's not what you have to do, you just have to believe in yourself and love what you do and let it be. People gonna like it and people are not gonna like it, but that's okay. And once I realized that the freedom of being creative, the freedom of falling in love with what I do was like endless, and nobody could tell me anything. Ooh, child, talking about these regrets got me in my feelings. What's next? So, my next deepest regret was believing I didn't deserve what I worked hard for. Yes, this is a deep regret of mine because being an entrepreneur and building, you will find yourself days, weeks, months not getting any money, not making a dime because you're pouring back into your overall business. So your business is the first person that gets paid, and you find yourself yet another time of walking away not making any money. So when you finally receive something back and you finally receive some type of relief financially from your business, you doubt it and you say, oh my God, like, do I really deserve this? Is this really something that should be granted to me? Even though you know you put in all that hard work, but in this entrepreneur business, if people truly be honest, you will see a lot of broke days, a lot of broke days. So it leaves you sometimes believing that's just how it's going to be. And to be honest with you, it's not. You will see some financial relief in the future, but I definitely would tell someone your overall reason of doing hair or your overall reason of being an entrepreneur shouldn't be simply to make money, even though money is very important, but your reason of doing it should be stronger than the reason of money so you can stay in it longer. Now, this regret, child, whew, Lord, I definitely regret this. Doubting my talent and my capability. This is a major regret. I used to constantly doubt what I was capable of, what I can do, and the level of my talent. When I release all that doubt, that insecurity, that unbelief, when I just laid all those burdens down and allowed myself to live in my God given talent, I have seen myself do some awesome things when it comes to doing hair. I have seen myself transform some hair from a person in me looking, saying, I don't know, to a woman leaving up out of there looking and feeling like $1 million. I would never doubt my capability and my talent. Is it things that I just don't want to do when it comes to doing hair? Absolutely. But doubting my talent? No. That's a God given gift. And doubting my talent is doubting my God. And see, that's what we're not about to do. We're not about to sit around here and doubt God. Because I can do all things through who? Through Christ that strengthens me. So that is the end of today's podcast. I leave you guys with all of my regrets and things I wish I never doubted myself when it comes to my overall entrepreneurship and my business as a hairstylist. So comment down below, you guys. I'll be looking and I don't be seeing you guys comment. So let me know down below if you are a hairstylist and you have deepest regrets or doubts. Comment down below your doubts, your regrets, and things you wish you could change. And if you're not a hairstylist, but you are an entrepreneur and you love this podcast, and you receive something from the podcast, then leave your comments down below too. I would love to hear from all you guys. All right. So, as you guys know, I always like to leave you with one quote about failure. The one that falls and gets up is always stronger than the one that never tried. So, thank you guys for listening to today's podcast, and I'll talk to you guys next Wednesday. Bye.